What's up everyone, welcome back for the 7th episode of the Dying Light series. Today we're going to be visiting the Bazaar for the first time, maybe completing some side quests, and with that let's get started. Just look how dark the world is without the flashlight activated. I think it's a good idea that I turn it on now because I just fell. Just gonna kill these barrels quickly since there's only 3 of them. Can't really see them doing that much damage to me. Plus this katana is apparently OP as hell. Don't actually think the ones that are on fire are virals. Attacking other zombies just spawns in even more virals. But they ain't even too much to handle because his weapon is very good. The weapon damage is also increasing quite a lot as well. Search up all these bodies for infected trophies, then we'll use that spear to just yeet at some zombies. Only 3 turns and we didn't even lose a lockpick on this one. Way better than the last episode. Right, time to hop over to the bazaar, talk with some of the psychos. As we saw their introduction, they ain't exactly the friendliest bunch. Time to hide inside. Let's hope they don't try and kill me this fucking time.
Just because you got holes in your shoes doesn't mean you're poor.
Watch where you're going. What a day. No freaking way I can do it. 5 years of learning and all for nothing.
The mood for some
Certainly nice looking place, but not people. These quest markers and find out which one I want to do. I've also got to check for any collectibles throughout the place.
Hey, that's the pilgrim.
Number 3, where the hell are the other 2?
What if he doesn't want to sell?
Oh, come on.
One over here by the sleeping bag, but I don't quite remember where the last one is.
Hey, I heard Carl talking about water restrictions last night. Know anything about it, Aiden?
Five years of learning and all for nothing. A great place to live. I just have to get it right this time. Needs to see like good enough.
Hey, that's the pilgrim.
Might have some work for you.
Water runs out, we're all gonna be fucked. PK, civilian alike.
Pilgrim, take my advice. Leave this city before you get trapped here for good.
At the age of 23, I became a priest. Still just a snot-nosed kid.
and I was supposed to be a shepherd of souls. I felt I was meant for this. I had answered the call. If God was with me, then who could be against me? I was full of conviction, faith that I could make the world a better place. But the world had other plans. Many times, I performed someone's last rites. I held their hands as they died. And in that last moment, in the millisecond before their last breath, I saw in them relief. Not because they were moving on to some kind of better world, to heaven, but because it was the end of something painful. They could finally bow out of the futile and exhausting dance of life. Their chore of living would be over. Their suffering would end. It was something completely incomprehensible to me. How can a person reject the gift of life? To accept death joyfully? For a person as strong as me, this was something very disturbing. Or maybe they knew about something that I had not seen? Did they see it in their last moment? This was the first crack in the edifice of my faith. And then, the epidemic started. There's a term for what came next. A crisis of faith. And with me, it started long before the epidemic. But when people started to turn into monsters, when city after city was eaten by darkness and poison, I started to wonder, where is God? Is he putting us through a trial? Or has he abandoned us? When Black Monday came, I no longer had any doubts. There is no God. There never was. Because of the THV Genmod bombings, 2 million people lost their lives. The streets carpeted with human corpses. What God would allow that? He would have to be infinitely cruel. Of course, other so-called men of the cloth offered nonsensical observations. That this was the will of God. Punishment for our wickedness. That Colonel Williams himself served as the hand of God. But that didn't matter anymore. The curtain had been torn off. People lost their faith. Because what were they supposed to believe in? No one wanted a God like that. And in that moment, to my own surprise, I felt free. As if I were a puppet who finally cut the strings that controlled him since birth. Free at last.
Some interesting lore about Carl. Just seems to be a Bible basher lol.
Don't recognize me? Or are you allergic to making money? Listen, Pilgrim. We can make a killing, you and me. You just need to get me some beets, radishes, parsnips.
There he is. Grab him, Ed. He's a murderer.
What? Julian, Luke's been poisoned. From the water you sold him, Bevan says.
What? But I don't sell water.
Liar. Luke told me he got it from you. Whatever's in it has him ranting and raving now.
You sure he didn't blame me after he started renting?
I wouldn't call it proof, but he was just trying to rope me into some shady deal.
All I need to know. You're done, Julian.
Oh, wait a minute. Do you have proof?
Of course. The water came in a bottle. Luke got that water in one of your bottles. When I tell Carl about this, you'll hang!
Bevan, wait! I swear, I don't even sell water, damn it!
If you're lying, Julian, you're fucking toast.
Wait, so then, if you're not selling water, how'd someone get a hold of one of your bottles?
Knowing that shithead Luke, he probably stole it. That would be like him. Even if he did, my water's pure as melted snowflakes.
You sure? How do you store it?
I buy bottles.
There's no way it could become contaminated.
Not a chance. My supplier, Marco, always has clean water.
So, maybe it's revenge.
For what? Everyone loves me. Never had an enemy in my life. Wait a second. Wait. Shit. Except maybe Marco. That bastard. Come to think of it, he's got an axe to grind for me. It was a long time ago. Never mind. Listen, he lives above an old shop on the west end of Villador, on Houndfield Lane. I traded him a few kilos of my finest flour for the water. Prove he poisoned it, and half my flour is yours. Can you do that for me?
I guess I could check it out.
And there's one more thing. I'm a little embarrassed. Hans might also have a bottle of this water.
I thought you weren't selling it.
I'm not, except, well, to Hans, and can you go warn him? He's also on Houndfield, a few buildings down.
Something's fishy about this, Julian. Look, you better be telling the truth, otherwise it'll be hard to help you.
Wait a damn second, why on earth would you buy anything, let alone water, an essential resource, from a guy that hates you?
I've been here and there.
You know, the best part is always happening in the center. And that's where we're going. I have a plan for how to get there. I'll tell you everything on the spot. Meet me on the roof, near the main metro station.
What's the problem?
Hey! Aren't you the pilgrim they wanted to hang? Man, you were in luck there. I could use some of that luck. I'm Alberto's apprentice. Not for long, probably. It's the third time I'm taking a shot at this test. If I fail again, Craftmaster Alberto's gonna kick me out.
Hey, what's a craftmaster?
You're not from around here, right? Craftmasters are people who invent new technology, design innovations, all sorts of gadgets that might help in combat. Alberto's the Grand Master around here. Like I said, I'm his apprentice. People laugh at him, that he's slow and not very eloquent, but he's a real friggin' genius. Our goats. They're kept in cages because they eat crops. But life in cages makes them sad, and they give less milk. So I came up with the idea of a fence, energized with just a tiny bit of voltage. That would keep the goats under control, but let them produce more milk. I called this invention the electric fence.
Yeah, that's a little rough. Stressed goats can give bitter milk.
Seriously? Goats get stressed?
Wouldn't you, if someone electrocuted you and then went for your crotch?
Oh, no. It's only a very small voltage. Won't do more than tickle them.
So, what seems to be the problem with this invention of yours?
I just need some electric parts. I'll dismantle them for resistors and other useful things. I'm missing a few parts, and they're not that easy to get. I'm worried I won't be ready on time. Maybe you could help me. If you find them for me, I'll give you one of my super cool inventions.
Nothing to do with goats, I hope.
Nah, something much more interesting. You'll see. As far as I know, they can be found in two places. One's an old hardware store on Fitzwilliam Place, near the water tower. Alberto says they'll be there for sure. But it's a dark place, full of turned creatures. You have to go there at night.
And the other option?
Whatever's left of military patrols. I know of one place south of Horseshoe, near the old electrical substation.
Looks like you're in luck after all. I have the parts you need on me.
Are you serious? That's just fantastic! Heaven must have sent you.
Here.
I don't know how to thank you. One more thing. Could you help me set up my show? My installation's right outside the main entrance. Turn it on, please. I'll go get Alberto. Wait till he sees it. Meet me by the goat pen then, near the wall.
It's a good idea for me not to talk during any of the cutscenes so you guys can actually hear what's going on. That's why I usually don't speak in the cutscenes. Also, we got the crafting parts from the Forsaken store for the guy. Bro does not realize that electric fences have been around for a long ass time.
Moment of peace.
When do you think this...
Also need to apply these skill points since there's no point in saving them up for anything. Each skill point is progressive anyway, so you've got to go one by one.
peacekeeper mess. Me over.
Ask Carl. This is his show.
What's this?
Deal with Mark just like hijacked out by your turn. How'd that happen?
I didn't have water for 2 days. Everything started dribbling up.
Not the end of the world.
But it's bumming me out. And I don't
Everything all right?
No, it's grilled. The goat is grilled. I'm such an idiot.
What happened?
I must have overcalculated the voltage.
See? He's useless.
I'm sorry. I don't know how I could get it so wrong.
I told you it would be a waste of time.
Why? I don't think so. This is very... It has big, huge...
You're saying it has potential.
potential. Yes. It could be an effective weapon.
A weapon?
It's a ready formula. If you just use it on a weapon, it could raise your odds against turned creatures. The brave goat gave its life to science.
Craftmaster? Really? Oh my gosh, thank you. Thank you.
We'll talk later. Come, Vincenzo.
I can't thank you enough. Here, take this. If it's not strong enough, come round to my Craftmaster workshop.
Sure, thanks. Just, watch yourself out there, okay?
No worries, friend.
Oh no, the goat is grilled. Oh well, at least these guys got some mutton, huh? This is the end of the 7th episode. Catch you all in the next one. Oh, and feel free to read the tutorial on the screen. Pause it if you want. Subscribe if you enjoyed, guys.